Very good day everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal funky spin pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us once again to the Avro RJ100 by Just Flight. A small regional jet, and it comes in three variants. You have the Avro, the RJ70, the RJ85 and the RJ100. These are quite cute little airplanes. We'll be flying from Lugano to Marseille, so from Switzerland to France. The flight time, I believe, is about 1 hour or so. It's like 53 minutes air time. We will be using GSX and the Aerosoft simple traffic tool and the real world time and the real world weather. So let's get into it. It's been a while since I've flown this aircraft on the channel. It looks like Microsoft has handcrafted airport here at Lugano. You can see it right there. Let's just go and have a look before we get into our aircraft. You can hear the ground power unit that's connected. Very noisy. The tower. Here's Lugano Airport, so it's more like a barn with an airstrip next to it, I guess. Not quite big, but Swiss does fly to and from this airport. And yeah, so that's the livery that we're using today as well. So we're using the Swiss International Airlines livery for a short hop to France. Right, so let's get on to the flight deck. As I said, it's been a while since I've flown this, so let's see how things are going to go down. I think in any case, batteries. But this is such a cool aircraft. Now let's turn on the external power. So avionics master, autopilot master, yaw damage master, they all go on. Turn on the EFIS display. And finally, I think for our GPS, our residential reference system. Yeah, that's these two buttons. There was a way to do it really quick. Let's just put them on there and see what it does. And otherwise we'll do the quick way later. So we've been quite spoiled lately, but we do have Mike with us. Mike, welcome back. Very nice to come fly with us today. We've been very spoiled using the PMDG. That does a lot of things for you, and yeah, this aircraft is a little bit more old-fashioned. So yeah, bear with me while I sort of partly try to remember basically what the flow was that I am always using in this aircraft. We can get some Power to the galley. And maybe first we set up the FMC, I guess. The reference airport is already here. Let's see what our gate number should be. 23. Well, it could be that the gate doesn't work in this aircraft. Or I know there's one aircraft that I have that gate never seems to do anything, never seems to respond to a single thing. Not even saying it's wrong, just nothing. The delete. Oh, clear. Clear. Then we will copy the IRS position just like that. So rules, and I'm not sure if we have to type it in or if we can patch it from somewhere. You may need to type it in. The C button is not active, okay. I think we'll have to type it in. And, you know, as I said, it's been a while since I've flown this aircraft. But it's a really nice aircraft to fly once you get it off the ground. So that would be LSZA. And destination LFML. My number is Swiss 812. Company route. Can we get anything from there? No. So this would be direct to KUKEV. I'm not sure, are we going to first do the route and then the departure and arrivals? Shall we try and start with the departure? Let's try to start with the departure, 01, the OMETO 1 Echo. And the arrival. One three right with the BALSI 1 Romeo. LSZA 1 3 right, BALSI 1 Romeo. And what is our transition? GIGUS. That's not here, so then this will be it. So maybe we should go back to departure arrival. can we also like clear it? How would we put it in? Otherwise it's going to be a little bit messy. I'm not sure if it's letting us delete it like this. So route is saying OMETO 1 echo, direct to BALSI. So there need to be some things in between. So first direct to KUKEV. Maybe we can put KUKEV there. And if it's just going to push this one down, the BALSI down, that would be cool. So first we go direct to KUKEV. And then next page. And it kicked BALSI down, that's good. Then direct to GIGUS. And then there's not a direct to BALSI, but there's an airway in uniform Papa 860. And can we put it in front? Let's see how that. So put this one there, and then we put BALSI. If we delete that discontinuity, we can copy BALSI, put it there. That's nice. I think that's our flight plan. Let's double check. So 01 OMETO 1 echo, direct to KUKEV. So OMETO 1 echo, then direct to KUKEV. Then from KUKEV, direct to GIGUS. Then UP 860 to BALSI. Direct to GIGUS. Direct BALSI, that doesn't seem to work. So UP 860. There you go, that should be it. So UP 860 to BALSI, and then we have the BALSI 1 Romeo arrival, and that the rest is in there. So then we can activate, and then we execute, and now we should have the entire flight plan. Hopefully the aircraft is still in alignment mode. But we'll see that in a little bit, and otherwise we'll do the quick and dirty way. So that's the flight plan. Now maybe we should start boarding. I'm not really sure now, GSX, these two are linked, I'm not sure which one to use. We do request boarding. Oh, there it goes. I think I remember setting a keyboard shortcut. There you go. For the boarding music. Let's have a little more moody music, I guess. look outside. So the boarding should start with the baggage handlers arriving. And then at the moment now the crew bus should come. And actually probably we should say we want to board crew. Let's extend a little air stairs here, the front exit. Oh, hello Gustav. Stairs. There they come.
Pilot's boarding starting.
Quite cool. As I said, it's really been a while since I've flown this one, so I'm a little bit rusty. But I think I'll get us from A to B.
Crew boarding starting.
Enter performance init data. Can we fetch it through here like we can? I don't think so. We're going to be needing these numbers. So refueling's been complete, that's nice. Cross-check this with our OFP. So we're looking at block fuel, 5.3. Final reserves 2.3. So 5308. And here we have our zero fuel weight. Why is this flashing at us? Because this is still being loaded.
Passengers boarding starting.
What are the numbers they want? They want zero fuel weight, land fuel, we have 5.3, we can enter that. Reserves 2.3, can enter that too.
This way, please. Dr. Bitte? Ja, ist the boarding pass here.
32,000 kilograms. That's our gross weight. You can see that's still growing because the boarding is still in progress. So I guess cannot quite fill that out unless we use the unless we use the numbers on the OFD, like the estimated numbers. Maybe there are some other things we can do in the meantime. Looks like the aircraft found its position, so that's good.
Hello.
The buttons here were a bit funny, I believe. You got here, you can go to plan, and we can have a look at our departure, see if everything is looking okay. There's a very small navigational display. This is not super handy, especially with the font size being this big. Like when you zoomed in like this and there's nothing, not a lot going on, it's fine to read. But once this gets more crowded, it is just a white blob, and that's everything. That's it. But it looks like it's going to take us to Marseille, doesn't it? So the gross weight is definitely still increasing, so I don't think we should put anything in, unless we were to go for the estimated numbers, but let's not do that. Let's be a little bit more precise. We're not, you know, we're flying Swiss after all, you know. We're known for their precision. It's a really cool airport. I like it, the Lugano airport. It's a very nice location as well, and the runway there has a really nice approach with the water right in front of it. So we got 50 passengers now out of 91. So they're going to have to be sitting inside for a little while until we finish setting everything up. He's even wearing a little Swiss safety vest. Look at that. The Swiss on the back. That's cool with GSX. You know, GSX has some. It's a bit quirky sometimes, but overall, you know, it's quite cool. I think these are the last passengers.
Good morning.
And we have Mike with us again today. Hey Mike, good that you're flying with us. So it's not a full aircraft. Definitely. This gentleman has a grieving muscle there. I feel sorry for him. Looks like he's had a lot of grief in his life.
Boarding is complete.
Okay, cool. So the air stairs and the door are handled. We have the air stairs here on the back, but the door is closed. And baggage loading has completed as well. So that means we can now start using our numbers to fill in our weight. So aircraft. For the gross weight, 40.5. Zero fuel weight 35.2. That's correct as well. And then our cruising altitude, cruise wind, ISA deviation, position altitude. The cruising altitude you can find on our OSP, flight level 300. There you go, cruising wind and ISA deviation. So I guess that would be the wind component minus 019. That's invalid. Wind, oh okay, it wants a different format I guess. Delete. Clear. 019 degrees. So then they mean, I think the average winds are 265024. The ISA deviation plus 008. Position altitude 6000. Just quickly double check on our departure. chart. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. So we will be departing from runway 01. That means we will take off into that direction. Not really sure how this thing... Yeah, there you go. So you take a right turn, basically back to the airport, and then you fly out. Because there's like terrain nearby. Look outside. There's definitely some terrain there, so that's what they do. You want to fly to Marseille. So these numbers are okay. So execute. I think that concludes the setup of the FMC. Not sure if the weather radar works in this aircraft. So what else? Still flaps 18 takeoff. Set the altimeter. Right, so let's look up here. I think it's time we start the APU. APU starting up. So we have our fuel on board. Where are the boat signs? Let's turn the beacon on because we will be starting our engines shortly. Emergency lights to on. Speedboat sign. So the APU is available. So then APU generator can be turned on. Then we can disconnect the ground power. It's also disconnected down here. So where's the bleed section? APU app. Oops, right, thank you. So I guess we can almost start our engines. Again, I'm just diving into this one. It's seriously been a while since we've flown this. So flight director on the left side and on the FO side. Cruising altitude, let's just go straight for flight level 300. Cannot arm the Alpha Plus yet. We will first need to start the engines. We can put in 250 knots in the window. This aircraft has somewhat of a sequence when taking off. I'm not sure if I'm still familiar with it, so we'll see what's going to happen. Natural navigation is on. This does not have vertical navigation. There is a button for it, but this was never really implemented. So I believe this is like in real life as well. I believe there was a button because they planned on implementing it, but then they sort of stopped production of the aircraft altogether, I think. So LNAV is there, but we will do vertical speed probably for a slight level change after we take off. So that's going to be exciting. See if we can maybe just start our engines. I'm sure I'm forgetting a gazillion kind of things, but I can at least turn on both the nav radios there, and then later on we'll also enter the frequency for the runway. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, man. On a Sunday morning, why the hell do I have to decide to fly this aircraft? Well, because it's a cool aircraft, but for a very good reason. To rock some lights and squawk code 3121. That's easy enough. This is on standby, so let's put that on transponder. And do we have all the fuel pumps? I'm not sure the let's see. Hand brakes, I believe, go to auto. These won't do anything yet. So let's see if we can start our engines. Let's get GSX. See if they can help us with pushback. Although it will probably not really be like a pushback, but it doesn't matter so much. We could basically just drive out of here. These lines, they mess with my brain. But I guess we push back to that line there. Please do not drive through my aircraft, thank you. The hydraulic system is not powered yet, as you can see there's no pressure on the hydraulics, so this speed brake is just sitting there open. Very rude, very inappropriate. I do apologize. My aircraft does not always have manners, but it's trying to learn. Let's remove the chocks.
Locking gear.
We'll say nose to the left, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, let's start up the engine. So the start master goes on. We select engine number 4 and start. So there's our N2 rising, and we enter the fuel. Is it going to ram us into that building? Abort pushback. Look at that, man. think this would make the headlines in Switzerland. Drunk pushback driver pushed the airplane almost into the buildings at the apron in Lugano airport. Cool. Engine number 3. Oh, I just love that sound. Avro N2, and let's get some fuel in. So we can now set flaps to 18. Engine number 2. Fuel. So to check the departure, it's a right turn, max 150 knots, in turn minimum 25-degree bank. (907). Let's put in 1907 for our heading. So that's engine number 2. Let's fire up engine number 1. This ice protection and electricity. So let's turn off the engine start system. Continuous, maybe, I'm not sure. And what else? Our engine F, turn off the APU. Not sure about the ice protection wants from us. And low temperature. Do we need to turn this one off? I don't think so. It's ice detect. Maybe we do need the engine anti-ice on, actually. Could be, if it goes. Doesn't look like it wants to. Not quite sure, let's just find out. For now, let's turn them off. Am I missing anything up here? Probably. But I guess we'll do it. So the taxi to our runway. Oops, where are we? Basically, there's no taxiway, so we just backtrack and then turn around. Or actually, yeah, let's just do that just to be sure. I'm not sure how much runway we need. Let's turn on our TCAS. And the taxi lights. Park and brake release. And let's get going. And as I said, I'm probably missing a couple of procedures. So we'll just take it step by step. Such a gorgeous little plane, this. Now, judging from the windsock here, looks like actually the wind is coming from the other direction. We'll set parking brake. Do we have anything like a weather report in the ESB? Doesn't look like we do. Let's go Lugano. Weather. 1904 knots. So that would actually mean a runway 19, which would mean straight up. You think the aircraft is going to get upset if we just depart from runway 19 without telling it? Oops, don't know what I did. Wrong button. Or do we just go to our departure arrival page and we just change it to departure 19? Can we still use the OMETO 1 echo? Looks like it. Execute. Thanks. Runway not available for SID. Okay. Then we'll do something else. Departure, arrival, departure. There's no way to clear, to just use a runway, and that's it. Okay, we erase. I don't get it. Still saying active. I think that means that that's actually selected for actual. Execute. Oh, we need to press execute maybe. Still not following, not quite following here. Delete. OMET 1 echo. I don't know, man. I might abort the stream and try again later. Like, let's see what will happen. So let's get onto the runway. That means we get all the way to the other side there. Yeah, we can still get on here. Let's turn on the landing lights. And we should have our strobe as well. Parking brake release. I mean, we can just take off and then use a direct, you know. Nice looking area for sure. We'll get to see the water behind us there after we take off. So this is not the high-tech, fancy 777 or 737 or Airbus, you know.
Cabin, please take your seats for takeoff.
Cabin is secured for departure.
Well, look how she turns. Really smooth. So we can use these arrows just not to land on, but we can use them to depart from. So we have all the runway that we need. Right, so set the parking brake, auto thrust is set. And let's see if we can use brief dispatch. If we can do a flex takeoff, yes or no. Performance and tools. Then we populate from last flight. This will now be runway 19. It's just Toga Max flaps at 30. Is there any trim? I think we should just wing it. will reduce, no, max. So the autothrust is armed, so that's good, that's what we'll need. We just do toga thrust. We'll take off. And I'm not sure about the correct sequence. Toga, MCT and climb. I believe we go to climb at some point. Well, let's just see what's going to happen. It looks like may have retracted. No, the flaps are still at 18. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. Do we have a timer that we can start? I believe we do. But I believe this actually also starts running once you take off. So parking brake released. I'm still complaining about the anti-ice, so maybe actually those need to be off. Your window heat. There you go on the parking brake, so taking off without, that's it. Okay. Parking brake release. Go 50% as normal. We go full thrust. See what this baby can do.
Check thrust. Thrust set. Airspeed alive. 80 knots. Go. Rotate. Positive climb. Clear up selected.
Turn on the autopilot, AP on, LSZA, auto thrust, take off max. Feet. See if we can retract our flaps. And now we'll set climb power. And then how to get to our, oh, there's a stall warning. Autopilot off. Let's gain some more speed first. Well, this is not the way to do it.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Let's go around. Try autopilot on and do level change. It's a beautiful area, man. Okay, 6,000 feet, so we can go to standard pressure. Let's first set our speed to 250 knots. because we're about to get low. Using the vertical speed there will function for a little bit. I'm not sure if it's taking us where we need to go. Do we have a direct page on this one, or do we just say let's say 558? Or maybe just lagging behind a little bit. Let's just keep it going for now. This speed, I guess we can do level change. Now we'll see. Let's turn off the landing lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. You're free to move about the cabin.
It looks like we might be on our way. So first check the weather at our destination. So they're giving us a runway 13 right, so let's open the airport weather. The race information. So that's the same situation, the weather is totally opposite, the wind is totally opposite. And I'm thinking, please don't do this to me in this aircraft. In the Boeings, it's a lot easier. So let's go ILS Zulu 31 right. See if we can keep our start. Looks like we can. 31 right. The KUKEV GIGUS BALSI. And then there's discontinuity. So chart, approach, V1 right, ILS. There's the final and there's the initial approach. Our arrival, BALSI, is actually for runway 13 left and right. It will take us to Rixi.
Traffic, traffic.
Sorry Mike, for invading your personal space there. Here, let's give you a little barrier. And maybe just push you forward a little bit more. Look at that. Aren't you a good boy? Excuse me. Not sure, some wild terrain below us, man. So AD zone, level navigation to climbing. So it looks like we would need a different arrival as well. And I hate doing that myself. The procedures, arrivals. Runway 31 right. Blanco 1 Golf maybe? Let's just give that a shot. We want right, Blanco 1 Golf. Execute. And that's what I meant with this tiny service for the navigation display and this big font. It's very hard to make out really what's going on there. That's a step through the waypoint. I mean, this doesn't, you cannot work with this, can you? It's insane. You can zoom in a little bit more maybe. The Lanco, Gamco. So we chose the Lanco 1 Golf, so let's go to charts. Arrivals. Lanco 1 Golf. Can we get rid of that one? No. So Lanco 1 Golf will be our arrival. That means we'll be flying to Lanco and then to Gamco. So we got ILS frequency 111.15.
Clear of conflict.
The ILS frequencies are in. The final approach course will be 312 degrees.
Traffic.
I believe you can actually climb it speed 2 at 0 knots now. Top of climb coming up there. We still have BALSI in our flight plan. I'm not sure. Getting a little bit messy. From BALSI. To Lanko, okay. So BALSI is up here. So now go to our Lanko chart. Take us down from BALSI to Lanko and then to Gemco. So what's going to happen after Gemco? We will get Vector. What's the next waypoint that we have here? This is the Airline 31 right. We could maybe enter the F31 right as well. It's asking us which one. Take a lucky guess, and the closest one, I hope. And top descent is also there. It's showing. flight directors turn off. Both sides. Remember turning them on though. Let's hope she doesn't crash. I will need to go AFK for a few minutes. Right, looks like we're still flying. At cruising altitude now. On the way to BALSI, and then about to take a left turn. And then the top of the descent will be coming up. That's going to be interesting. Let's put the engines to... I think that's MCT mode. I'm not quite sure if we should do that. I guess let's keep them on climb now. Okay, so we're at cruising altitude. This should be on the map page. Okay. The BALSI coming up 5 miles, and then 133 miles to the next one. Wants us to execute something. What do we do? Gidzenko. We change anything here? Oh, we added center 6 3-1 right. Okay. Yes, so we can execute. And let us go back to the plan page again. I cannot work with this really. Look at this. It's such a joke. I don't know how real pilots do it. Who actually fly this aircraft. But this is really weird. So line call, game call. I mean, this works, right? But not optimal. This looks like a good approach, and I guess this is our go around. So I'm gonna take this. So back to map. So for the descent, airport elevation is pretty much sea level. Let's go 2,000 feet. Decision altitude 300 feet. I believe we set that on this side. Or was that another aircraft? Let's see. Should actually go standard pressure, but I forgot. And it looks like we're not turning, does it? We're no longer on LNAV. Oh, yes, we are on LNAV. What are we missing? Besides a decent navigational display. Okay, so we're still good. Top descent coming up there. So where to set the transition altitude, or not, the decision height? What does this do? Oh, I don't know. Where was this hidden again? It's probably barking right at my face the whole time. Position height. There it goes. Decision height. It was 300, I believe. 300 feet. We have it here as well. That's the same button. Oh, it's just that the edge is to the left of that button, and from this angle it's harder to see. Okay, top of the descent coming up. Okay, so top of descent, I don't know, 50 miles or something. Let's check the QNH at our arrival airport. (2706 knots) with QNH 1019. So now stand by for top of descent really. Go flap 33 landing. That will be VLAF speed 121. So at 5 is 126 knots. I think we can safely dial in an altitude now, but not because of influence, we're still an altitude hold. So let's first put in 2,000 feet. And let me double check with 2,000 is not 3,000. 2,000 feet. Don't know where that was going, but it was going nowhere fast. Cool. On the right to Lanko, top of descent coming up right here. Does not really show, I think, on the legs page as such. I do not think we have it under Venus. Oh, it does say top of descent, 4 miles. Oh, that's pretty nice, 10:05. Cool, so that's pretty much now. So what we will do, we will use vertical speed. Let's go back to the legs page. Lanko, it should be flight level 120 or below. Use the top of descent. Aircraft will not start descending on its own. So we will use vertical speed. And that should lower the nose if we select a vertical speed. Let's start with 3,000 feet per minute. We can go a bit more aggressive really. Now we watch our speed. I think we should. Oh, actually the speed is dialing back. Let's keep an eye on that. Our banana, the green banana there, is showing that we will be at 2,000 feet once we reach that arc right there. So let's just keep on monitoring things. Such a beautiful little aircraft, man. So this is one of the liveries that come with the aircraft, with the add-on when you buy it. It has a normal Swiss one without the green stuff, and there's this one. Let's maybe reduce our descent speeds a little bit. Let's go 2400 or something. I'm not sure. Let's just. I'm gonna go back to 3,000 feet per minute. I'll just keep monitoring everything. So on our way. Unfortunately, it doesn't say here like it does on the Boeing and the Airbus. On our way to Lanko. 35 nautical miles to go. Speed 280, flight level 120 or below. We should definitely be below that. And 34 miles. Oh, we forgot to do the config check before takeoff. let's go to Marseille. Get some starbeam. Gidzenko, Gidzenko. So now it becomes pretty much a straight-in approach. So in that sense, that's nice. Now there's a thing before landing. We should turn off the autothrust, otherwise we will not be able to set the aircraft down. And I should have a note to myself for the speed brake to arm the lift spoilers. I believe lift spoilers are pretty much, I don't think that's up here. I am confusing a couple of aircraft at this point. Auto spoilers, yeah, it looks like they are. But we'll have to press the button, so but that's for me, once we are on final approach. So 16,000 feet. Speed is still okay. I will definitely go to make Lenko there at flight level 120 or below. The local QNH was 1019. Just to relieve ourselves a little bit workload, I just set 1019 right now. There's no other traffic, so we should probably be okay. So we set local pressure. The aircraft's making all kinds of sounds, man. Speed brakes on this aircraft, they're a totally amazing look. And they get your speed down, like instantly. Look at that. We're not using them, so let's reflect them. But they're amazing. They're extremely effective. So we have our, basically we have everything set up, I think. We got the 111.15, we got the ILS frequency in both the windows and the course 3112. Our VRF speed will be 121 knots plus 5 for wind correction is 126 knots at a flap setting of 33 degrees. But usually Mike will help us with auto cues. Let's strap in our passengers. We're about to reach 10,000 feet. Let's also turn on the landing lights.
The captain has switched on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
So Lenko coming up. Wait, did we switch the map view accidentally? To plan? Yeah, we should be back on map. So Lenko coming up. Ready at 8,000 feet. So gas, we're definitely overspeeding. At least we should be speed below 250 knots. And let's also increase our rate of descent. Let's go 1,000 feet per minute. Here's our air brakes or speed brakes, look at those, man. They're really amazing. So Gidzenko is 15 miles. And then there's already center fix, final fix, and then basically we're about to land. So in Gidzenko we should be 7,200. So let's just take it easy a little bit now. Maybe actually even do altitude hold here at 7,000 feet. Because at Gidzenko it should be 7,200, so I do not want to get too low. Not sure about the rate, but there's definitely something up ahead there. So let's not get ourselves in too much trouble. We're already in a lot of trouble flying this aircraft as it is. 47 minutes into the flight, and we're about to land. The landing lights are turned on. We could turn on the APU as well. So let that, what is this message telling us? Oh. APU starting. So after Gidzenko, we should be 2,670, so let's maybe just say 2,600. We'll just do a 10% ourselves like this. Then I want to zoom out a little bit. I want to see that little banana. So if we now turn on vertical speed, then we can watch what the banana is going to tell us, where it says that we'll be at 2,600. We'll need to descend a little bit further, I guess. So 1,000 feet should get us right there at the banana. So for doing that, yeah, let's just keep it like this. There is still terrain up ahead. There's the sea. Gidzenko, 2.5 miles. Our speed is holding steady like this, that's okay. Our speed should be at Gidzenko 240 knots. Can we maybe bring down the engine? No, this is all still managed. So let's say 240. Is it listening to the autothrust? Maybe I should have done this from the start, I don't know. 240 knots. Autothrust, AP on. We are at vertical speed mode, following lateral navigation. That's a sound I'm quite happy to hear. So Gidzenko, and then so once you zoom out, everything just breaks, just becomes one white blob. So let's just aim for 2,000 feet now. At 2,000 feet, where we should be at Foxtrot India 3-1 all right. Definitely some wind here, look at that. And we have our speed brakes out. Oh my god. Yeah, that's definitely very inefficient. Poor aircraft, took some beating. Let's increase our descent rate to 2,000 feet per minute. That should be sufficient, judging by looking at the banana there. Could be a little bit more shallow. Some exit lights that can be on as well. Engine starters to continue with relight.
Traffic. Traffic.
I don't want your traffic. 3,000 feet. That was definitely loud. Speed's getting high. Speed brake. I think I keep forgetting to manage the speed ourselves. 170. And then 140, so let's keep on, do we still have the, yes, we have the airbags out. So 140.
Speed checked. Flaps 80.
Flaps 18.
Clear of
Localizer
conflict.
captured.
Localizer captured, and then let's also arm the approach.
Speed checked. Gear down. Speed checked. Flaps 24.
I think we should probably take over to look at that. Autopilot off. Auto thrust off. Will be a bit of a rough landing. I do not feel like doing a go around, but looking at this, we may have to.
Sync rate. 1,000.
Copy. Please take a 6 flag.
Sync rate. Pull up. Pull up.
This is not the way to do it, kids. I was never going to make this. Forget it. Flaps up, gear up. We'll just fly a little pattern, I guess. Alright. 1,000 feet. Let's take a left turn. Okay, I hope I'm not going to crash us.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
What do you think about bank angles, man? My own mother is a bank angle. You're telling me that my mother should not be a bank angle? definitely some terrain. I believe there's a hill right there. I remember almost crashing into one when I landed at the very same airport on the stream, flying the PMDG DC-6. And this is like an instance where I really miss the navigational display that you have in the Airbus and the Boeing. This one is just, I don't know, it's not cutting it. It's very hard to get used to it. It's so small. But excuses, I know. 1500, so we're getting definitely a little bit low, judging by the terrain rising in front of us. So we're definitely going to do a rogue style landing now. Let's bring back the speed. 160. Let's take a left turn. Yeah, I was definitely overshooting this.
Sink rate.
Gear down.
1,000. Bank angle, bank angle.
We're doing this, man.
Sink rate.
I don't care if it's pretty or not. Actually, I do,
Full.
but it's the way it is. Okay, so auto thrust off. And flaps in full.
$500. Glide slope.
We're not allowed to land on these arrows. They're only for takeoff. But here is our runway. Beam on the right.
100.
Air brakes out.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ground idle. Spoilers, yellow and green.
Okay, welcome to Marseille.
Brake pressure checked. $60 knots.
So yeah, definitely need to try this a couple of more times to get reacquainted with this aircraft. But here we are. Flaps up. And you know, I must say, like, even before takeoff, I was already realizing, man, this is going to be a real handful. And I must say, personally, I'm not quite in the mood for a real handful today. So that wasn't the best choice, but it was a spontaneous choice because it's a beautiful aircraft and I love to fly it. But yeah, today wasn't maybe the best choice to really get the correct focus that's required. So we'll definitely fly this sucker again, and then we'll nail it, because that's what's very cool. So let's take a left turn into this area here. It's an interesting setup. Let's see, where can we park? This looks totally weird, man. I'm just going to turn right and I'm done. Oh, I guess maybe that yellow line there to the right could have been ours. Yeah, let's take that. Oh, now they turn on the music when everybody just died of heart attack. I have no clue what I'm doing. This is so long. Let's settle down here. Parking brake set. There you go. That looks weird. And then it crashes. That's microflight simulator. That's such a shame. Anyway, so that's it. Thank you very much for checking. So what happened, let me tell you what happened. So the external camera, the drone camera was still on some different position. And then when you want to go there, basically the area where your aircraft is no longer rendered. And once you go back, it starts to re-render. But basically by that time your aircraft has started to fall through the surface of the planet, basically. And then the surface starts to become rebuilt. And then it collides with the aircraft. And then it detects a crash. So that's a little bit lame. I don't know what went wrong. Why the external camera was messed up like it was. I guess I put it static and it wasn't following the aircraft. I don't know. Anyway, at least we did touch down. And it was a horrible experience for most of the passengers. But we did arrive alive. It was only at the apron that we started to play with physics and we lost. But thank you very much for checking. It's always a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next video. Bye bye.